Self-compassion is so important when we are in the process of healing ourselves and trying to grow from where we are and trying to be better people. Because we can't forget the fact that a lot of times there are a lot of people who still have to live in the environments and the communities that have contributed to their hurt and their trauma and their pain. There are many people who have been called to heal in the very spaces and in the very environments and communities and in family situations and relationships that have hurt them and that have shaped them, helped shape them, and were huge contributors of their trauma. The relationships that have contributed to their hurt and their pain and their trauma. And that's not easy. The reality is that a lot of people who come from trauma but want to move and work their way out of it are still currently in unhospitable environments and around things and people that are unhospitable and not conducive to their growth and their healing, while at the same time lacking the resources that they need to take their healing to the next level. There are people who are in spaces like that. And it can be a very frustrating situation to be in, to desire to do better, to know you need better, to know that you need a certain type of support system or a certain type of help, but you don't have it at that time. So you still feel inadequate. So when we find ourselves in situations where we're still in the very place, the environments that caused or contributed to our suffering and our pain, our trauma, if we're still living in those communities, if it's, even a relationship, it is all the more important for us to give ourselves that self-compassion and just to remind ourselves that, hey, I'm working with what I have right now, and when better comes, I will be better. As I know more, I will do more. But I'm grateful for where I am now. I'm grateful that I am using what I know to sustain me, and I am going to forgive myself for what I didn't know, but I'm so grateful that I'm not who I was, back then. I am grateful for the support that is coming my way. I trust that as I seek more support, more resources, I will continue to get better. And I'm saying all of this because I know that it is not easy. It's not impossible, but it's definitely not easy to heal in a resourceless and inhospitable community or environment, or in a inhospitable or unproductive or unhealthy relationship, family. And then sometimes it's not that easy to just jump up and get out of the space that's caught inflicting hurt or pain. That's not always easy. It's not always easy to just uproot and just be like, because the environment or the community is a product or is a huge contributing factor to my growth or my lack of growth, well, then I'll just up and leave. It's not that easy for most people. So I wanted to take the time out to be cognizant of that and to remind people who are in those situations to be even more compassionate towards yourself, more loving towards yourself. My hope is that you continue to have the courage to work with what you got until you obtain better resources, until you move into a resourceful environment, and until you come across a supportive group of people who can create space for you to continue to move forward in your healing. Because we know that is not the case with most people who want to do better, who want to be better, who acknowledge that there is a gap between who they are and who they want to be. So my heart goes out to you. I want to remind you to just keep loving on yourself, and remember how far you have come. And just my hope and my prayer is that help is on the way for you.